Adam, the one word for the year has been the contest, and that just today just got a bit beaten there, obviously.
Yeah, it wasn't much more to it than that. I sort of spoke to the players about it's going to be an arm wrestle around that area, and we got beaten pretty heavily in the contested situation, around the clearances in particular. That combined with some free kicks and lost field position, and I found it really difficult to get into the game. Look, it was disappointing, and we'll look at it, and it's been something we've been pretty good at. So we'll keep chasing the same things. But last quarter we sort of said, let's take it on, see what we can do, and just that 15, 20 minutes of resilience was all I need to see to suggest that they've got some spirit there. But we've got a heap of work to do around the contest. Was not up to scratch.
Was that almost an anomaly for you this year, because you've been really good at it for 6 weeks?
It's probably a bit early to say that. Coming from where we've come from, that was the norm last year, wasn't it? With the contest and inside 50s and all those things, it doesn't feel like it was that type of game. It feels like we left too much up to too few today, and their good players played really well around that area, and we'll see how we go next week.
The free kick count, you mentioned that as well, a little bit lopsided. Do you have any thoughts as to why that could have been?
I think we have to own that free kick count. From what I saw, most of them were there. So second to the ball, or a bit hesitant, or a bit of both. So that when you're desperate to try and turn things around, sometimes you do those things. And so I'm going to say it was ill-disciplined. It was just poorly executed.
You touched on it, but despite the being beaten around the contest, you're within 3 goals, 5 or 6 minutes left.
Right.
You must take something from that.
Absolutely. We won the first quarter. We lost the last quarter and the last goal of the day. But the little wins we're chasing, probably didn't get many of those today. But I did see a bit of resilience in the group. We were pretty fatigued halfway through the third, and tried to open up a little bit in the last, and we got a little bit of reward and effort. So, we'll definitely look at this as a learning game, and won't be bringing mouth guards on Monday, but we've got to get better at that contest part.
You rested Harley obviously during the week. Elliott's obviously carried a big load coming back off significant few years of injury. Is that something you'll look for someone like him as well in the near future?
Yeah, just the lessons we've learnt in the last few years about how to look after our players. Tim Kelly's the same. We would have loved to have played Harley today, but we just couldn't. His body's telling us we shouldn't. So, Yowie will be the same at some stage. He may need a spell. Hopefully, not too soon. But we just can't. Where we're going, we just can't rely on Yo and Waterman and Harley and Duggan. We need to try and get everyone to give a collective effort. They're important players though, so we'll just keep an eye on them and see how we go.
As a coach though, in a situation where you are rebuilding, how tough are those decisions where you're sitting there going, I want to win this game, you want to win every game, but hey, we've got to manage these players and look after them?
It's really tough. Yeah, it's especially when you probably don't have the quality just yet. But we've learnt some pretty harsh lessons in the last 2 or 3 years. So we're trying to be respectful to. We want to win, and then we want our players playing as much as they can. So missing one game, but we get in for 22, and you do it every day of the week. So we'll keep working through that. But that had nothing to do with today, obviously. I think Gold Coast brand really stood up well. We sort of knew what they were going to bring, and they were just way better at it than us.
You've spoken previously in a couple of press conferences about when it comes to selection table, young guys who are just a little bit out of form might be given a little bit longer. One guy struggled the last couple of weeks is Campbell. Obviously played a lot of footy in recent years. Is he someone who might have to go back just to get a bit of form?
I haven't worked through it, but I wouldn't want to isolate any individuals today. But it was more just to get Dom on the ground last week, and then this week, take your pick really. There's a fair few guys who weren't really in the game. So Dom's a midfielder. We thought we'd use Campbell. So I don't think it guarantees demotion. But there's going to be that rhythm of up and down form when you're a young player, and sometimes I need to go back. Sometimes we stick with them.
Liam Ryan, pleased just to get him through a game on managed minutes, get a goal, give him confidence up.
Yeah, he's really nervous today. So it's been a year, 2 significant hamstring surgeries. So, just to see him out there, I think I said to him at 3/4 time, I'm just so happy you're here and you're out on the ground. So he needs to get better. He will. It'll take a bit of time, but hopefully he got through that first game and we can keep getting better.
You sent Jinby a bit to Raoul at times, I noticed. Do you feel like that's the sort of player he can emulate of, that sort of toughness inside?
That's pretty good. thought the Raoul Yo battle was a pretty good battle. I don't know how many contested possessions Yowie had, but probably double the next one of our players. And Ruben's learning. He went to Anderson a fair bit, then freed himself up in the last and sort of got a bit better. But he's got work to do. But he was 19, so we'll see them grow as we see them play.
Hard without a waffle game this weekend as well to judge a bit of form. It's 6 days into Essendon.
Yeah.
How do you sort of go about that this week?
Well, 3 players didn't play in the weekend that have been playing. So Barras, Harley, and Noah. They're all available this week, I think. So that's a good conversation we can have, and hopefully we didn't get any injuries today. So we'll keep a pretty steady week, and we'll hit Essendon as hard as we can.